So yeah, time for more of this thing. I apologize that I actually quoted the wrong day last time, for any that are looking back at this later. For some reason I didn't realize what day of the week it was, and so it was the weekend, and yeah. Weekends do weekend-type things, and then I forgot that Monday was a whole thing. Anywho, doesn't really particularly matter here or there. Hope everyone's all safe and good and happy for the time being. And by the way, a little bit of a side note, I'll probably get into this more when more folks arrive. When I was going off on a tirade about that War of the Visions thing last time, I will say while most of that is still correct, there is still a little bit of a glimmer of hope there, so we're going to get into that later. But anyway, for the time being, let's go ahead and continue on here. See what we're dealing with. I remember there was a reason I didn't level him up exactly. Because I wanted him to get Boon. Yes? Yes. Yeah, he's really close to getting Boon. So we're just going to do that. Right. The rest of the team's looking a little bit iffy. But that's fine. Away we go. Is there anything I can actually do at Yates' cabin? I guess not. Also, apparently I didn't get all of the plot things that you can get, like all little map events and everything, so this actually might not be the end point. There might still be more to come, but for the time being, let's go ahead and work more on this team. See what we can come up with. Alright, what are we dealing with here? So it's this team, yeah. Seems about right, so let's go ahead and get Softpaw in here, let's get Kia in here. Yumel over this way. Yeah, I guess we'll have Lazuli, and then who else do we want here? Smelter Blue wouldn't be the worst idea in the world. We can also have Anodine or Hector. Actually, I really want Hector in here. Yeah, Hector and Lanz, actually. Just because, yeah, we want him to get his knight stuff up. Want him to go get that whole cleave combo situation going on. And it appears that we've got a screen that is loading over here. Hopefully it isn't doing the same thing that it used to do a little while ago. Go ahead and refresh that real quick just to make sure. And we'll go ahead and pop this guy into the wall real quick. Neato. Yeah, I think that just might be on my end. That's fine. Yeah, our it seems like a lot of things have actually been acting up all over the place, to the point that even conspiracy theories are starting to fly around over why exactly all kinds of devices are malfunctioning right now. Like, I know it's been kind of a strange thing that a lot of landlines, especially in my city, have suddenly been getting staticky. There's just random beeping on calls and things like that. It's super bizarre. Not that everything else hasn't been bizarre, but it's just... I wonder what's going on with all that. Like, I don't know if everything's just getting overwhelmed to that degree, or if there's something else to it. But who knows? Hopefully it's nothing else horrifying. Also got to give them props for the fancy sword there, that they actually bothered to put all of the decorative protrusions on the correct end. Namely, it gets to be a little bit of an annoyance, a little bit of a gripe whenever they're like, oh, you know, here's this big fancy sword thing, here's a bunch of spikes that would go right into your fingers. Don't you feel like this makes sense? Alright. Yeah, whatever, that'll do. Boom. You know what? Actually, I think that might be this computer here. Let me try adjusting one quick thing here. Because basically, if I'll chat and stuff like that starts coming in, well, that's going to be something, something I'm going to want to make sure is running properly. Yeah, there we go. That did it. So it is entirely on my end. My bad. But at any rate, this man right here should be able to go take his awkwardly miscolored beard and snipify these ones. Done deal. Yeah, he's Thunderspect. I'm gonna say, I like the little detail that there's, so far, only one item that allows for specifically specializing in a particular element. just because with the system that they used, if they had it as a skill, it probably wouldn't be something anyone would go for because it'd be way too specific. But if it was a very wide type of equipment, then you'd eventually have a final tier of that, which might be problematic in its own right. It's just kind of it's neat. I like the way that they did it. I feel like it's about the best way they could have done it. But yes, we'll go ahead and heal up Yumel. He's more likely to get smackified here. Might have been the Triclops would have gotten the better heal, but oh well. Alright. We'll just do Master New here. This gives her something to do, and would give a little bit of leverage over this mercenary here. Kind of make up for the fact that we have less health by having more of it coming in over time. H couldn't get up the mountain? Yes, indeed. And hi there, Mr. Vale. By the way, I apologize if I haven't seen a decent bit of your messages. My phone died earlier. And I think it's actually still charging, because it was supposed to charge, and then my son came and ripped it out of the outlet, so that didn't work so hot. I should probably go check if that thing's actually charging right now. But just so you know, in case I missed anything important, I know that your messages were on the list of things I was still going through. But yeah, right now we're still working on getting Mr. Tartaros here his hopefully ridiculously OP instant interrupt ability, if this actually works. So, how are you liking the game so far? How's your run been going? What kind of nasty stuff have you come up with? Kaboom! Up to 80% poison on this one. Ah, buried. Alright, we'll just get her out of the way then. Actually, not to there. About here should do. So I only had about level 6, so still mastering base class and trying out Ranger / Templar. Just got the Mark 1 in class 2. Yeah, I don't know if I don't remember if I actually told you or not. Your character, they died exactly becoming a Paladin Ranger. This is the exact moment they unlocked it. I was like, no, I'm done in this world, and then they were just poof. He tried. He got there. He just barely crossed the finish line. I was like, nah, I'm done now. I've done what I came here to do. And yes, indeed, Evan, this is a really good one for maps. I think we'll just have him go up here and heal. But yeah, so like I was saying earlier, I've been still trying to give FFBE, the whole War of the Visions thing, a chance. Just because, okay, so a little bit of background. I was talking to Evan the other day, and the whole conversation of, you know, this thing succeeding might potentially give us another, you know, FFT or TO or something like that. And interesting thoughts stemmed from that, because I was just thinking, you know what? Looking through it more and more, it is really, really weird that they specifically went for copying FFT's art style, copying FFT's mechanics, copying a lot of mechanics they used for TO even. Actually, like, digging more into it, there are some TO mechanics in there. But at no point do they reference them directly so far. Like, anywhere. And it's... like, I wasn't really sure why that was, but it made me think, you know what? If this really was the one to just feel the waters and all that kind of thing, maybe that's why. Maybe they specifically didn't want to trash any of their characters with a mobile game. And so they were like, well, let's give it a minute here. Let's give it a shot. You know, go about it this other way here. So, who knows? You know what? Who knows? Maybe there's something there. I will say, it's still not like a great game in its own right or anything. There's mechanics that could have been interesting. Actually, there's quite a lot of mechanics to an almost surprising degree. But yeah, it's almost like they went out of their way to not use them, which is kind of why I've been sticking through to it. Like, maybe at some point it'll actually make use of their mechanics properly. There's an FFT event that happened in Japan? Oh, okay, well maybe they did reference it directly there. Was that for the other one or something? Because I will say, for what it's worth, some of it's... okay, so... as far as damage scaling up and down and all that kind of thing, it feels to me like the levels are almost almost a formality in that one. Like, in many cases, you just go down to lower fights or higher fights or whatever else, and they'll do slightly better, but it feels like the actual numbers aren't changing that much. That was for, Watavi? Huh. I don't know. I have no idea. Let's see, can't nail a Holy Burst here without hitting a friend. But, yeah, I don't know. Maybe eventually there'll be something there. It's just... It's kind of... Let's see, I think Ramzagafi and Delita made appearances. Typically uses and getches more about them. Okay, gotcha. Okay, then never mind on that. I tried to give it a nice word. Okay. So mechanics-wise, it at least has stuff. Like, you could see that there was actually a game in there at some point. None of the fights or maps or story or anything else try to make it feel like anything, though. Like, as of so far, I think I'm like 50-something fights into that game. Also joined it? Yeah, I saw that. So, I got a bunch of random requests from just when they were doing a little event for asking, you know, random people to be your friend so you get a little prize and all that kind of thing. So it doesn't say which one your name is. Like, it just added a bunch for some friggin' reason. And yes, if anyone happens to be trying to give that a chance, the guild name is Ogre Sad. but no, again, it's like the mechanics can be there. They should be there. How do I even describe that, really? Like, they've got affinity mechanics, they've got weapon proficiency mechanics from TO, they've got specific elements assigned to every single unit, which, again, very TO thing there. They've got, which apparently there's some other game that it was actually copied from, so I guess that's kind of not exactly that. There's, I was actually mistaken earlier on the whole weapon slots thing, that you do actually have to have those particular things for those weapon slots. I guess that was like a day one bug or something like that I was looking at. Either that or was just completely wrong on it. Let's see. Someone had an idea, and this was a money grab. The original FB turned into something greater compared to when it started. Yeah. So it's just, there's something there. And who knows? Maybe something better will come out of it. One can hope, right? Alright, I'm gonna pop him up here so that we can hopefully get this one out of the way. So yeah, about 50 fights in, though, I'd have to say it's still, like, it's still functionally just better played on autopilot, but at least there can be a game there. I will say the multiplayer component of it, while not amazing, it did remind me of what could have been for TO's thing there. Because it's basically you pick 3 people from your roster, and you kind of just have a little 3v3 there. Could have been an interesting way to go about it. You know, I played a few rounds. Honestly, it wasn't bad. I think that was the most actual strategy in the game so far. Just like the random arena fights. What else? So, by any chance, can you take out that one? God dang, his movement range, man. He's everywhere. The whole attack down thing. It's a cooperative multiplayer. No, it's got both. It's got a cooperative multiplayer where you basically pick one character each, and then you're each like a party of individuals, which is kind of a cool idea. Though honestly, even a week after launch, nobody wants to play it because most of the time it's just like, oh yeah, I moved. Wait, now I gotta wait for everybody else to move. It would be a cool idea, but yeah, whenever people ban the use of autopilot, it takes quite a while, because then you gotta wait for everybody to catch up, and yeah. Really, double 80% miss. Very nice. So, it's a cool idea, at least. I will say, as far as, boom. As far as its competitive multiplayer, it's basically an arena with 3v3, and each person picks 3 people. Again, let's see, there's no messages missed for me. Mailed off Crestfall Day, then starting to Reesbane. Sweet! Stuff to do during the apocalypse! Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Can I just get this guy stuck in the ground real quick? Or at least... no. 50% chance to work. Do it. And rooted. Alright, now they can take out the other end. They can revive the one guy that went down. Hopefully we didn't take any casualties there. And as long as Hector and Tartaros get out of here, we're alright. I actually don't know why they were doing such insane amounts of damage in this one. They didn't scale up or something, did they? I think they might have actually gained a few levels as soon as we came in here. Put on Chivalrous for him. Let's see. Yeah, he doesn't really, he's just a full-blown stereotype tank. He doesn't really have much going on there. Is Blue Eyes a White Dragon? Is that their name? Wait, did I miss a really cool name or something? Is there a Blue Eyes somewhere? Another level for you. So you know dragons is all griffins? Yeah, exactly. Alright, this is one of the ones I was talking about that had the, well, I guess it's not a griffin statue, but it's a cool little totem pole looking thing that's like an owl holding a sword. It made me think of Redwall, to be honest. Is there a reference to Flaming Secret Man? Yeah, no, it's Yu-Gi-Oh! It's a... whatever thing people always bring up when the show comes up of, it totally doesn't work that way all the time. Quick, throw rocks at him! Yeah, I gotta remember to use Gadgeteer more often. So for anyone that missed it last time, there's actually a particularly nasty combo that was coming up in the final arena there, which was a like a full rank Gadgeteer with patented usage and what was it? It was patented usage and item potency, which basically basically turns into you throw a rock, it does exactly 100 damage regardless of defense in a 5-tile area, which was pretty neato. Alright, 60% chance of sleep, just do it. Punk. And wow, she cannot hit anything today. Must be that hat over her eyes. Who knows? Let's see. Once help someone move when we move the microwave out of a Yu-Gi-Oh! Trap card fell out from behind it. I feel like someone was playing a very, very, very long game hiding it there. Their magic died off. Yeah, there we go. That tracks. I've activated the trap card burrito. Boom. Alright, let's see if Hector can actually do something useful here. Wow. This is almost depressingly bad. Let's see, don't have cleanse, because he's gonna just get right back up. So we're just gonna go do the explosion. And then we're going to have Kia go ahead and finish them off. Yes, we could have just taken a shot from where we were standing. It's fine. Don't worry about it. There we go. Throw a rock at him. The ultimate counter to mortal beings, a stone. Alright, Triclops and Yuma took some injuries. Not ideal. Let's see how we're doing on points here. Sir? Freaking Tartaros, man. just about there. I think he's only getting like 60 per fight right now. Let's see, his point-wise, he's almost at cleave. That's the only reason I haven't changed him into anything else yet. Alright. She's doing okay so far. Dual wield. Okay, now he can become something else. I'm going to make him a knight primary then. So that we can double up on all the points that we're getting on that. So he's assassin knight now. And ability-wise, we're going to go ahead and say... cautious step is nice, defense expert's alright. The attack granted... Okay, when using skills, the attack granted by the second ability will not apply. Kind of wondering if dual wield applies if you give him a weapon and shield. Like, I wonder if they'll do... Huh. But whatever, dual wield shields for now. Let's see. How hard was the arena? I'm about to enter the first temple. When I saw the arena was open to the previous city. The arena, its first one is pretty hard. You get some interesting stuff that'll come up there. The second one, though? The second one is the, like, excuse me while we kick you in the nuts repeatedly dungeon. Second one's pretty intense. First one is a neat little challenge. Dang it. So he's gonna need another 450 to get to Boone. And the wing appearance came from the arena? Yes, it did. Alright. And yeah, I think we'll just do this map again. So far, for this particular level, I feel like this map's ideal. I'm sure there's better stuff around, but for where we are in the game, I feel like this is about as ideal as it gets. Just because half the time it's monster units that are locked into their particular skills. Most of the nasty stuff seems to come from other places. We can pretty safely out-level everything, and yeah, it's been alright. And yeah, it seems like we can come in with just about anybody and have few injuries, if any. Alright, that's one down. Can leave him facing that way because the dog has a pretty good chance of getting to him. Interesting. So net here doesn't even... It doesn't even roll for a chance, it just inflicts root. Doesn't even scale off anything. Inflicts mute. Nothing particularly amazing there, we're just gonna go Mirage on her. Tasty coffee. Don't you just hate it when a cockatrice comes and throws a rock at you? Oh, by the way, also I figured out what was going on with my controller. Fixed it, so hopefully we shouldn't have that whole on and off issue. It seems like, yeah, it was actually the wire that was connected to it that was busted. So now that we've switched over to a different one, all seems good. Hopefully. That better continue. Yeah, with you know, with all this being stuck inside going on, it's fun. We've been kind of breaking out stuff that we normally wouldn't have, like the old SNES Classic Turn Complete Retro box. It's been sitting around collecting dust for ages. Finally, yesterday we started just breaking that thing out. I think we're up to like 2 a.m. playing Pokemon Yellow. It's just the kind of stuff that there's time for now, you know? But it's weird because there's never enough time to do absolutely everything, but there's more time. It's just nice. It's an interesting time. Plus, apparently it's going to be continuing for a decently long while now, so that's always fun. Alright, let's see how good defensive it is with this. Pretty alright. It's acceptable. Let's see. I think we'll just blind this one real quick. See, Sarah's been farming the Man Fortress and SOM Remake to get the achievements, get every item, get all weapon orbs. Sounds painful, but amusing. So how close are they to done with that? Oh, we don't have Opportunist Shot yet. In that case, Cripple Bullet wouldn't do anything there, and Raging would be a pretty solid choice, though. Just do that. Peat Poison Brood. Wow. Okay, maybe, you know what? That one I think is legitimately just they wanted to have a random poisonous wolf named that. Like, just Peat Poison Brood. That might be a Kickstarter name, but I'm just saying, it doesn't sound like one to me. So you have to farm 1 to 2 orbs per weapon, and they're all rare, 12% for guys who don't like to drop chests. So it's slow going. It was bad in the original, but there was no achievement to get for people to try it on the SNES. True, but you could go and make spears real good, so that was all the reason I ever needed. I'm just kidding. I never did absolutely all of them. I literally only cared about spears. Just because they give you so much range. I like that series just for what they do to spears. Alright. Well, 31 won't be the one to do it. How about that one? 50? Sure, do that. Come to think of it, not really that many games had anything similar to achievements before actual achievements, now that I think about it. I'm trying to remember now whether Night of Lotus came first or achievements came first. Because off the top of my head, that's the earliest that comes to mind as far as, like, collecting little badges for things. But I want to say there were others. Hi there, Annihilator, and yes you are. How's it going, sir? How's stuff been? How are occurrences? See, today is dull, nothing is happening. Yeah, sounds about right. Sounds like every day. I'm just sure there's technically occurrences, but are they really happening? I don't know. It's hard to tell, 'cause all the days blend together. Man, his defensive bonus is so good that it just completely ignores the fact that he can't do jack with his spear. Let's see, in the old days, Nintendo Power list an achievement. You had to take a photo of your TV and send it in to get credit. Oh yeah, I forgot about that. Isn't that how... actually, I don't think it was them. I remember there was that one guy that held a record through one of the magazines for the longest time for some kind of drag racing game, and then it turns out he completely made it up, and it was just by some weird technicality that he wound up in the Guinness Book of World Records for a thing he technically didn't even really do, but... Rather, I think it was something that somebody else had done before him, and then he took credit, and then, I don't know, it's weird. It was some weird time. Let's see, fine, just down? Well, then you just push the up button, and then you feel better. So, that works. That's how feeling good works. Also, wow. It's the instant explode move. Let's see, that's what we did back in the 1750s before every game had achievements built in. Thanks, Knight of Lotus, it's all your fault. The high score rankings on arcade games. Yeah, true. True, I suppose that's an acceptable situation. Let's see. Nice pun fighter. Maybe. Maybe. Alright, what am I doing here? Alright, Chaos Slice. Gonna give him the slice of the old Chaos. Yes, it's just gonna kill, there's no point in having it be a debuff, but... something about him constantly hitting with Chaos just seems fitting. Is it really? No. Am I stupid for saying it? Probably. Am I gonna do it anyway? Yeah, it's likely. I was playing the hardest game ever, so I used Infinite Lives cheat. Oh yeah, were you playing Subterranea? So, speaking of shmups, seriously, have you played Subterranea? I have to know. And I'm curious, has anyone here played Subterranea? Like, on the subject of BS difficult games for the sake of being BS difficult. Alright, so it looks like shmup, but it's not. Basically, it's like this weird gravity puzzler, where you're this little ship with very limited fuel and very limited, well, you basically have a recharging ammo supply, but for all intents and purposes, your actually effective damage is pretty limited. You're constantly running out of air, you're constantly running out of gas, and you basically are stuck in a map with not enough resources to do most things on there. So they more or less just expect you to barely make it by the skin of your teeth. In some cases, they'll even straight up just destroy the parts that you need to complete the level if you do it wrong. Plus, the entire time there's bizarrely accurate gravity physics and things like that. Can't even find it. It's a Genesis game. Man, I would recommend trying it. It is so needlessly difficult, but it's so cool. So actually, there was one company that tried to. It wasn't really a sequel or even a spiritual successor as much as a corrected version, I would say, which was Pixel Junk Shooter. That came out sometime later. Which that one I would recommend. It's pretty fun in terms of taking the general premise and making it fun. But yeah, for Subterranea itself, would recommend giving it a try just for the experience. Actually, there was an AGDQ run of it just this last year. That was really actually, you know, I think I have it up in the other tab here. Hold on, one quick sec. Let me see if I can share that real quick. Real quick. I don't know why I said quick. Apparently, my brain is broken. Too much. Apparently, too much quarantine. Brain is no. All right, let's see here. Let's see, AGDQ, or was that Frame Fatalis? No, I think it was AGDQ. Subterranea. But yeah, it's, like, the thing is, it's not necessarily a super bad game or anything, it's just... it's weird. Also, I guess it wasn't this last year, it was the one before that. Found it quacked? There we go. There's the one. Um, it's a good game, just way more difficult than it needs to be. And I feel with some better level design, it could have been a really fascinating series. It was one of these ones that I just adored playing as a kid. I could never get past level 5, but... See, anyway, you were close. It's a shmup for the Famicom only in Japan? Oh. Well, fair enough. That's usually a pretty good way to boil it down. Is it Japan only? Yeah, it probably is difficult. And or it's a version of Nier that we never will get until this year for some reason. Anybody heard about that yet? Apparently they just re-released Nier with a different protagonist and slightly different dialogue, but everything else is exactly the same. Apparently it came out right next to the original. Except we never got it, and it was Japan only, and then for some reason they're just releasing it now. It's just kind of random. I just gotta finish this chicken off, then we'll be good to go. But yeah, so, you know, it's weird as far as War of the Visions and things like that goes. Because in premise, it's so very, very similar to what this one does. It's like you're going and, you know, going on these very, very specific fights and go to these maps and going redoing stuff over and over to try to build up your characters in specific ways and all this other kind of thing. And in premise, it should be so similar, but it just isn't. I don't know. It's like you're doing a lot of the same stuff, but it just feels wrong in so many ways, you know? Alright. There we go, you finally get that boon, huh? Coronal Plume. I want to say that's rarish. Alright. Man, Lands, when are you getting your points? All the wizard people are over here getting all their levels and everything. He's all like, no, I'm sorry, I'm too good to get points. Mr. Big Man Jones over here can't learn to do night abilities. Alright, let's do Flash Strike, because it seems like getting past shields would be pretty handy. Especially since she's kind of a very in there tank. You know what? Instead of resilience, it would be really good if I could if I could get Smelter Blue auto revive or something like that. It wouldn't be instead of resilience, instead of evade attack. Although I guess it keeps him alive all the same. Alright, let's see what this does. Oh man, that is very Ness looking. That is Ness, right? Alright. Wow. Yeah, that's... okay, then. That seems like a fantastic way to have nightmares. Like, I'm pretty sure all they did was just put random projectiles, or at least put them on a timer, have the thing bounce all around the screen, and then just tell everything to just lock onto your ship there. Yeah, no idea what the hell just happened there. There certainly was a fight of some description. It isn't as called... I call it Famicom? Oh yeah, right, sorry. Right. I keep forgetting everything's all different overseas. All them in all them yonder lands. Which I'm technically from, but don't know anything about. It's fine, we'll ignore that. I don't actually know what it was called where I was technically from. I'll give it one more patrol there. I think we should probably go for the map underneath this, actually. You know how it is, we drink coffee without the potato. It's blasphemy, man. I don't know if I can trust your opinion over there. Alright, yeah, more gadgeteer on this one. Get our other knight. In fact, let's get 3 knights. We're just all the knights. We get Smelter Blue in here. Let's get Hector in here to do absolutely frickin' nothing, and then Tartaros. And then let's see, are they actually scaling up? Let's see, Uther the Mighty, Jace Cold Sword with not a sword, and it's not cold. You lying bastard. Although he does come in with flippers, so maybe he was just... I don't know, maybe his junk's cold or something. And Lunk? Okay, that had to have been a Kickstarter. There's no way Lunk wasn't a Kickstarter. Or at least a meme. And we got the Lucina that always seems to come up. You know, I'm gonna have to check if by any chance the equipment they come with has a weight assigned to it. Because it's so weird how sometimes they just roll in with no armor or whatever else. And who the hell did I just get rid of? Dang it. I will just stick Evangel in here. Sure, he gets a fight. So I actually asked for some coffee this morning, but it was all finished too early. That's why you gotta go make your own. Live the true coffee life. Have so much coffee on a regular basis. For last Christmas, my wife got me basically double of the filter cups they used to make them, just so I could constantly swap. It's like chuck one in the sink, put the next one in there, just wash it later. Just rapid reload Keurig. But speaking of, the Keurigs are actually pretty neat once you don't actually use the Keurig cups. Let's see, that's 71, that's going to be 82. Go past their defense. They cannot decide what angle they want that thing to be facing. I'll face you this way. They're going to do some buffs. See, we can't make go on our own. We are imprisoned. That's why you had to have been stocked up on coffee beforehand. Had to have known the end of the world was coming. I swear it feels like every time any kind of news, like national news thing, briefing or whatever else comes out, or anything along those lines, could immediately go on another rant of like, why don't we have anyone else in charge? But, yeah, let's say this about the current world situation. It could be better. A lot of things could be better. Let's go ahead and see about locking them up there. So who's got like full-blown stay-at-home orders at this point? Like we had a weird situation in Florida here, where because you know of course Florida always has to have the bad news. They basically didn't want to institute a full statewide stay-at-home order, despite the fact that they closed the borders to the actual state, because they didn't want to close the hotels because Orange Guy owns a hotel. Like, what is that? Except I just said we're not going to do that, so I'm going to go ahead and shut up about that now. Anyway, shelter in place until the 20th of next month. Grocery stores are medically online. Yeah, same here. We actually had this weird rumor flying around that the police would come hunt you down if you tried to go anywhere without an official letter saying you were necessary. So even, like, this was profound enough to the point that at work they were handing out letters and they're like, here you go, here's your official license to be out of your house for something other than shopping. And yeah, sure enough, I mean, the police later had to go make a clarification, like, look, we're not trying to cause any issues here, just don't be a dick. Just, like, if you're loitering around having a party at 3 a.m., yeah, you're gonna get arrested. But, if you're just going about your normal day, no one's gonna do anything. It's just surreal, man. Let's see if we can double sleep out of this. See if Azleston can become the Butterfree. Let's see. Doctor's dying while helping. Damn. Yeah, an hour and dude guy's going and accusing them of stealing because they're going through resources. Because, you know, there certainly isn't a worldwide... Alright. No. Avoid politics. Come on, brain. Put away seething rage for now. Let's just try to forget that. So, how about that punching people with berets, huh? Holy, you left us? Technically, where are you, by the way? I don't remember if I actually asked. Oh man, look at that. It's so good. It's so good. Did it casually without answering? I mean, again, where? I guess that depends. Like, what country? Is he in hiding? Oh, in Italy? Oh, yeah, no. Yeah, y'all got boned real good. There's no question there. I'm pretty sure, though, to be fair, I'm not sure they left in terms of trying to just completely bail, as much as just honestly, how do you even fix that right now? I mean, it's such an absolute fustercluck that I don't think any country on the world could help. I mean, everyone's got their own little breakouts or outbreaks and stuff like that, but yeah, you guys are. I mean, you're winning. You're winning in casualties. Ish. But yeah, no. Hopefully, I don't know. Hopefully it gets better there. It's such a situation. I don't know. Let's go ahead and get rid of that real quick. I mean, for what it's worth, at least infrastructure's still up, right? I mean, as far as news from your guys' situation that's gotten over here, all I know is all the videos that came out of local politicians coming out and was like yelling and cursing at their constituents for not staying inside, and like one local mayor saying he was going to send the police out with flamethrowers or something. So I don't know how prevalent that is, but that's been kind of the go-to thing for please let's not become that over here. Because to be honest, we're basically trending in that same direction right now. As far as I understand, we're not even below the mark. We're literally just following the same curve at this point. Wow, that's a lot of calculations. Negative 54 for 81%, 55% chance to root, 55% chance of 15 health. Huh. People don't want to stay in their home, just like I don't want to leave mine and stop using this PC to crap post on Instagram. Where's my diaper, though? Well, clearly that's... for that, you're gonna have to go take some face masks. Gonna have to go fill them up with some cotton balls or something. There you go, instant diaper. Life hacks and all that. Ooh, this might actually be a really good setup for a burst right here. Yeah, perfect. Yeah, all this staying at home stuff is gonna be for quite a while still. Especially if it keeps going as it's going. Because every time that somebody wants to go out and go do whatever they want, like I know that I want to say it was Florida or something like that, but somewhere, no, it was it Boston? Somewhere recently in the U.S. here, they arrested a family for going and hosting a the plague totally doesn't exist party for some 50 people in the middle of their street. And apparently they were given tons of warnings, and then they just refused to disband the whole thing, insisting it was all stupid, and then they found out that some people in the party had the virus, and then after that, well, you can kind of guess where that went. Because then immediately afterwards, then they all had to go into separate quarantines and everything, because some friggin' doofus thought it was hilarious to go do that kind of thing. So, potentially up to 50 more people sick. It's just... It spreads so easily, it's ridiculous. Let's see, we have no more breakfast and the pharmacy's closed. Yeah, how bad are your guys' supply lines there? Like, in terms of how bad has it gotten? I know on this end there was some mass panic early on. Like, you couldn't even get eggs for a while, and then it's gotten a decent bit better since then. Like, you can get most of everything you need. They put a lot of focus on getting people the essentials. Let's see. Florida's weird. County governors tend to be shelter in place, don't die, and then the county and state leaders vetoed that. City, don't die. County, plague, hug your friends. State, go hug people in other states too. Yeah, that's what I've been hearing from my brother too, that they don't know what the hell's going on. Because apparently people were partially optimistic about this governor of theirs. Because even though Dumpus got him their office, they were kind of hoping, like, okay, this guy has actually been doing some good choices. Maybe it'll be good. You know? Maybe he won't be yet another frickin' slave to the orange guy, and then yeah, as soon as stuff started going wrong, apparently he was favoring hotels over actually trying to keep the state safe. And, there's a whole lot of you were the chosen one type situations. Seems like the spring is the best choice here. Some places they hoarded malls, but we didn't really. All right. Cause yeah, I haven't heard anything about supply lines going down over there, but have heard that the medical system can't even come close to handling it yet. Though news over here was less news, more... Truth be told, you get more accurate news from comedy shows than you actually do from news over in this end at the moment. But in general, I was hearing a lot more of, apparently they didn't exactly track the thing early on or something along those lines. Don't know how accurate that is. Oh wait. Evangel seriously came out here with only a butter knife and a hat? Huh. Whoops. Also good to know, the Gadgeteers don't need weapons. Oh, you can totally make that one guy from, what is it, like, FF4 or 6 or whatever else? The guy with the sweet cape and all the gadgets? I wonder if that's what that's inspired by. I've never heard a Floridian say cautiously optimistic about their state leader. Your brother might be weird. It was mostly because when they got elected, there was for most sane folks living there, it was a whole lot of, oh great, he's got yet another friggin' follower doing whatever the hell he says over here. Wonderful, you know, just that whole type situation. Because in a lot of states in the state, or in a lot of parts of the states here, for any unfamiliar with it, it's just there's this whole cult of personality thing around the president that they will literally just do whatever, defend the guy to whatever ends of the earth, despite the fact that he backstabs him constantly. It's so weird. I don't know why they do it, but either way. Point being, though, they tended to get elected in a lot of places. So, like, whenever he did win something, they tended to be super loyal to him, because for some reason they were convinced that he was the only person responsible for all their stuff. Despite the fact he does, like, sits around all day and does nothing. Again, why this is a thing, I don't know. It doesn't feel like it should be. It doesn't make any sense. Like, just the sheer loyalty of how much somebody being an absolute dickhead in all possible opportunities. like, despite the fact that it's hurting, it's actively going against everything they should be trying to do. It's betraying their own country in a lot of cases, and still. But we had a whole lot of that all over the place. It's really frustrating. So usually it ends up causing a split thing whenever one of his people gets put somewhere. Because it's on the one side you get folks that are following them and stuff like that come up with like, oh, our Lord and Savior is here to fix all our problems forever. Which, again, they'll gladly give him a million chances even when he constantly fails to do this. I don't understand it either. But yeah, so in Florida, when one of those ended up getting elected, there was a whole lot of shadiness to that election. We're just gonna leave it there. But either way, when it ended up happening, people thought, okay, great, it's another schmuck here, and then he started actually trying to fix some of the environmental issues, because for the longest time, there were a lot of things that just were going wrong environment-wise, like the whole red tide thing that happens every year, mostly because of a lot of regulations that got unrestricted. They'll essentially allow people to dump chemicals into the ocean, so every couple seasons or so, you just get a whole bunch of fish that'll just wash up dead, and it'll smell like dead fish for like a month. It really sucks, and you'd think that there would be a bigger thing to stop it, but, money, I guess. And so when he actually started trying to make steps to fix that, it was one of those things. It was like, oh, maybe this guy actually is going to try doing their job instead of just politicking all the time. So, let's see. Immediately thought of Darkwing Duck. Fair enough. Anyway, so apologies for going on the whole political ramble there. Again, personally, I hate politics. I'm just trying to describe the situation as I see it. But just point being, that's where the whole cautiously optimistic thing came from, because it seemed like maybe it was going to be more of actually doing their job, and less, oh, I'm going to do such a great thing, oh man, all those other guys are doing such bad stuff all the time, and then they can never back it up, but they just keep spouting so much of it that eventually, as soon as anyone else makes a slight mistake, they'll just immediately hop on it. It's frustrating because it's complete BS, but it does work. It does get them what they want done, but, well, that is to say, it gets them what they want. It doesn't actually get anything done for anybody that's actually helpful, but, oh well. It's all a big old profit thing. But let's just say the political situation here is a little bit dicey right now, and it's not showing signs of getting better anytime soon, so, yeah. That's about that. Just having all these guys throw out all their gadgets here for the purposes of XP. Alright, and defensive hit, and we're done here. Oh, come on! How many 90% can this guy get dodged? Alright. And yet another 89% dodged. This isn't a function of lucky, is it? They got a Ruptor. Anytime they don't deal damage, they get a bonus. All well and good, not really explaining why nothing seems to kill this guy. And another 89% dodged. This guy has to be... Finally! 89%! That means a 1 out of 5 chance, don't you know? Alright. Finally! Learn crap. Alright, so he gets Cleave now. So basically he can become absurdly overpowered. Now, let's switch him over to Knight. Now that I think about it. Boon plus Cleave. Because if he switches over to a class that basically lets him do AoE, plus he gets guaranteed crits, plus he gets a free turn every time that he gets a crit, or a free turn every time he gets a kill, that could become way more effective, actually. But then if he goes... But then again, he can also get versatile if he goes for this, and get a ton of extra attack off it, but then he loses the ability to use One for All. But they also get a heal every time they get a crit. So high crit plus heal. Well, no, then they'd have to put on no weakness, and that's not going to work. If we do boon, it's just a guaranteed crit. I mean, they're already getting that regardless. All the wizards in the class, they're already getting that anyway. So yeah, I might as well make him into a knight. Go for what I was going for. And there. Leave him with the Areolus. That'll do. Yay, Bloodcrest does not let you make a vampire? Probably. Actually, wasn't sure, but that's something we can certainly check. I don't see anything new on the list here. Yeah, it makes a vampire. It's got Lich, also got Princess. Okay. Well, I guess we can make a Kashwa too, then. Unless we just... Yeah, we can probably change Triclops into Kashwa now that I think about it. Let's see, needs Mender 7. Huh. Alright, well I guess we could use a new healer. And instead of smart casting, we could probably replace that with Life Font. And wouldn't need debuffs. Defense Expert wouldn't be too bad. No Flank might be a little bit better than that, though. Then they wouldn't get crit. Yeah, I think we'll just go for No Flank. So you got a Blood Crest from last map. Does that mean you don't have someone with the right classes to use the crest on? It's very possible. Oh, wait, crap, I didn't mean to do that. And I didn't save after the last one. Oh, craptastic. Okay. What are we looking at? These guys are going to scale up as soon as we get in. Yeah, all these guys are going to roll for stats as soon as we put characters down. Alright, might as well go for the A team then. Because I don't want to risk any of the new guys. And hello there, Josh. How's it going? I'm just gonna have him bird. And let everybody else get closer real quick. Nice. Alright, so they're gonna waste their resources right off the bat, not gonna complain. Remedy, they should have only had one of. Wasn't expecting spoilers? From what? Just beat Kaja for the first time, didn't know she joined the party? Oh, it's, yeah, it... Honestly, you probably won't see how it happens. I'm gonna go ahead and burst her out here. Just because I know she'll probably be fine. Alright, just gonna give him Mana Stone. Basically gonna want him to throw out a re-raise next round. So we're gonna go throw him over here. Funnily enough, what I was trying to do was turn Triclops into Cashwa here, and that kind of backfired badly. Why are all our name orange in the chat on stream? I have no idea. Because as far as the names go, I see Vale as like a kind of greenish blue, I see Josh as green, I see Annihilator as orange. And as far as I'm aware, it just picks different colors for everybody. I don't think I actually have much say over what they do. So, couldn't tell ya. Also, we're just gonna berserk this guy. So hopefully he decides to do something stupid. No, yeah, I know, on Streamlab. It's just, the last time that I tried to mess with it, bad things happened. So it's better that I don't mess with it. Dang it, I want a sorcerer. Throw out a trap over there. Good. Now if they try to flank around... Alright, they're gonna get a cripple. Man, counter cripple is completely busted as far as I'm concerned. That's fine. That's very fine. See if we can make a burst happen. Yes, she's blinded. Now that I think about it, I probably should have gone for the heal nuke. Alright. And yeah, now I can do it. Primal Wave, just whatever damage it does to these guys is fine. It's just something. Gonna continue having them around the middle. Hopefully we're fine here. Yeah, he's gonna lose his turn. Now if he can do a Panacea, we don't have to worry about the heal nuke. Now he's just out of range. What about Rebirth? Alright, we're gonna rebirth you, I think. Because I'm gonna want him kind of up in the thick of it. We're gonna have Sven back off of there. Yeah, you're gonna be fine where you are. I gotta say, those little treasure imps have gotten much harder to actually kill off after that first one. See, it's weird not having friendly fire from ranged weapons in this game. I mean, I get it, it's hard to program, but shooting your guy in the butt by accident felt like the core of what it means to play a tactics game. Yeah, I mean, to some degree, sure. But It's kind of nice not having it there, to be honest. Again, it reminds me of FFTA and A2 a little bit. It's not like it wasn't there entirely, but it was way more difficult to accidentally shoot your own guy. In most cases, if it was like within range, you were good. It was gonna hit. Let's go ahead and taunt this guy, I think. Or will this one move first? No. Alright, we're gonna taunt this one. And we're gonna back off a little bit, and hopefully they'll just fight amongst themselves. And then as soon as one of them goes down, we'll be able to send in the zombies. Now we do the heal nuke. Rapturus. Get out of here, debuffs. Oh, you're gonna get broken. I do love how every single ability just goes off whenever somebody tries to use an illusion. Rude, man. Just plain rude. All right, well, either way, we lost out on the treasure amp. That sucks. But they're just gonna go smack the hell out of each other, so that's fine. Somehow dodged a trap, but still bleeding. Oh, because he already has trap. Okay. It's Cuddles. But yeah, this team. I'm sure you can set up a far better team for taking care of those guys. I did have a very specialized gambler guy that unfortunately is dead at the moment. So he would have been far more ideal for this. I feel like gamblers in general are the one you want to go for, because they use their initial, like, what is it? Is it just initiation turn? Whatever. They use their priority move. They get into position, then they. Yeah, we'll just throw this out over here. It's a damage. Whatever. Doesn't matter too much. But so they just throw that out there. From there, all you gotta do is just let them go throw a couple damage cards, and then finish them off with one ranged attack, and you're good. If they roll decently on both of those cards, especially with Lucky, it's a pretty decent chance that they're just rolling flat hundreds. I mean, they can usually take them out before they do very much. Alright. Gonna put her here. She's probably gonna get illusioned, but that's fine. Rude. How many times does this angry friggin' Dr. Man have to break people's arms from like 10 feet away? Let's see. How useful was the werewolf, and is the werewolf/vampire better than a vampire/werewolf? Maybe planning on a bat-wolf character, or a wolf-bat, depending. Werewolf seemed to be entirely about covering ground, getting to difficult-to-get-to units, and, well, a decent amount of extra crit. Like, their crit move there, the no weakness 2, definitely amazing. As far as the actual moves, they were kind of meh. I feel like no weakness 2 is the main reason you'd want to use the class. Alright, I'll do a chivalrous. He might get taken out right here by an illusion. We'll see. Now they're going for recovery. Yeah, we still haven't actually finished anyone off yet, but that's mostly because we were going for the treasure. Goodbye to your turn. And she should have the points for a kaboom here. Alright. Such a weird situation here. So these ones absorb dark. But unfortunately, their illusionist doesn't also get weakness to light out of it. The burst is, yeah, probably going to be the best way to go here. Mostly because it throws damage around in an awkward way for them. He's going to escape. See if Reckless will take anyone out. No, and almost. It seems like a pretty solid one. Mostly because it should cause them to panic. Okay, instead all they're going for is the basic heal. Not sure why they did that. They might have not had points for any kind of better options. Or I guess they might have been planning that. See, how many werewolf items did you get? So far, I think I have enough to make 4 of them. I haven't tried the vampire, but they seem to mostly be, as one would expect, about poison and bleed. Specifically, they cause something to bleed. They leech health. They get all kinds of abilities that gain extra strength or different abilities off of bleed. So you can get some interesting stuff going on there. And that's what we have Sven for. Apparently to miss 90%. What is... I swear, this game's pulling tactics over today. It's just like, oh, I'm sorry, 90%? Did you mean 0? Because I think you meant 0. I mean, I might have misheard you. Alright, 78... There. Make the problem go away, please. Thank you. Alright, so as of next turn, we should be able to start making some progress here. Which beam? Which beam did we go for here? We're going to try to take this guy out next. He's going to get KO'd, but he's going to come immediately back, which unfortunately puts him in kill range for the big ol' AoE here, so we're going to pull out another Rapturous, get rid of those debuffs. Heal Nuke is as good as always. And actually, because of that, he's going to get re-raised now. And they're going to get crippled. Should be able to take out their illusionist. And he's got Desperate, which will one-shot this one. I personally feel is going to be the bigger problem coming forward here. And he's got re-raise, so I'm just going to leave him right there. Oh, so close to a one-shot KO there. 193. 233. I really kind of want to... Because they're going to go for a Desperate. If they use Desperate with that, that's going to one-shot anybody. I'm going to go for this one instead. So basically, Sniper takes about 4 turns to get going. We'll do 3.6 times damage, I think. Oh, that's going to ignore re-raise. Crap. 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 Every part of that. Every part of that! The AI knows. And I don't think I can even revive them now, either. Yeah. Because you can't revive them off a collected bounty. It's so good. It's so filthy. So what we need now is... I'm sorry, Mr. Bugman, you just don't matter. Please go away. Alright. Give me zombies, please. Thank you. Alright, got a lacerating trap out here. Should be a nice little thoroughfare between a lot of them. Now, hopefully Holy Burst works here, because I don't actually remember who had the light resistance. 160, 150, 0, 138, yeah, that'll do. Boom. Right, okay. Funny part is, because the zombies technically have no defense, it seems like they draw aggro really well. I mean, I think they do have defense, but they have no armor, equipment, or whatever else. They just generally seem to be the bottom of the barrel. That's fine. I was kind of expecting that. Thinking probably want a mass heal of some kind. Then if we throw a corrosive bomb at this guy, give him a defense down. That's fine. Do 140? Okay, they can't do 140. And another lacerating trap over this way, because they're probably going to go for their healer. Or for the healer, rather. And I'll put you over here, just as extra bait. Nice. Actually worked out way better than I was expected, and we're just going to pretend that was intentional. Yeah, so, again, as far as class items, it's just Lord and Princess that were kind of limited. The other ones, there were definitely opportunities to get. So far, there really hasn't been anything that I can say was super difficult to get a hold of. Like, there's been more than ample supplies of everything. I just haven't gone out of my way to get certain things. Certain commonly used items you can actually get pretty simply, because some of the maps just have harvesting areas for them. Let's do Holy Burst. Boo. Some of my damage went poof. And let's pedal down another trap right over here. Get a revive 2 going, pop her right here. Boy, what a shame. Beating her had such a profound effect. Do Raptures, get rid of all those debuffs that just happened everywhere. Or wait, there were no debuffs at all, were there? Oh well. He didn't even have his revive. Oh well. That's fine. We've got zombie friends. That makes it okay. Yeah, even though they have a healer, we're more than okay here. Let's see, they've got no resistance. Can just go Holy Burst again if we've got the points. I don't think it even affects this guy. Yeah, no, he's got 100% resistance anyway. But it is still the strongest move she's got. Like, save for the sword move, but it doesn't do AoE. And you know, again, I just gotta give them props, because they give you such a a thing that seems like it'd be so overpowered, and then immediately after you get your little moment of, oh man, my main character just turned into Orlando here, immediately they're like, oh yeah, you know what? Also, everybody has resistances to it now, so yeah, suck it. Alright, they're just gonna shank that guy. And that leaves 2 heavies. Gonna assassinate a zombie, huh? Yeah, Reaver Assassin's pretty strong. Not a bad combo at all. We'll just put Smelter Blue right there. He can get rid of that Berserk. Yes, this is a very roundabout way to just get rid of a debuff. Potato, I'm hungry. Give him the potato now. I mean, we got like 10 in the pantry, I think. I can throw it real hard. I don't know if it'll quite reach Italy, but I mean, usually pretty good at throwing stuff. I'm sure it'll at least do something. Okay, let's lock this guy in place. And it worked. Dandy-tastic. And I think, if all goes well, we can get out of here with only 1 injury. Considering we weren't supposed to be here in the first place. And also, he might be able to... Yeah, I think the only ones he'd be able to hit with Desperate are going to be the same ones that he can't reach right now. Because the zombie does matter, Kyria getting a hit does matter, so we should be fine. I mean, he's dead anyway, it's fine. Boom. Now you're the streamer. Okay. If it works, it works. Alright, 132. Dandy. So you're gonna go do more old NES games? You know, it surprises me. Like, I know the NES was a hell of a thing back in its day, but god dang, it always surprises me just how many amazing games there are on the NES for all of its limited hardware. Like, the fact that one of the better console, arguably the best console port of an Ultimate game, is on the NES. Like, the SNES ones are, one of them's okay, one of them, like, okay but really toned down. Another one is just not even the same game anymore. And yeah, Cerebro died in that fight. Sorry, Cerebro. Dang it. What can he do, right? Now we go 1 for all, so Tartaros got his build. He died so Tartaros could get his build. He actually didn't, that was a total accident. Alright, more gunner stuff for you. Nah, she needs opportunistic. Gonna leave her for the moment. Alright, MP shield for you. No flank for you. Almost got 1 for all. Yeah, I think Evangel could be potentially interesting. Alright. Now, let's try going into the guild like I was trying to do. And change Triclops into an actual character. There we go. What kind of portraits are we looking at here? I mean, I'm really tempted to just go for this one for casual. Yes, the hair color's wrong. Yes, a lot of things are wrong, but man, Just this expression is basically the same one she's more or less making in every scene in TO. It's like, oh, I can't believe everyone else is here. Let's see, is there anything a little bit more fitting, or are we just going with that one? And we could go for this one too, but that's not... I mean, that kind of, I guess... that's the almost dead on the same expression. And I'm pretty sure this is the one that's supposed to be used for that class. Oh, we could do Old Lady Kashua. Find one with a knife. What about this one? They're staring daggers at people. Does that count? Really tempted to go for this one. Yeah, I don't know if they even have a knife one anywhere. Yeah, they don't have any knife ones. Looks like Lady Professor from Harry Potter. Oh yeah, no, it totally does. Alright, headwear. Do we got like a crown or something? Style, gonna be going for more of a laying down kind of look. I know we need the most pissed off looking face. Got straight up crazy over here. Maybe that one. Yeah, then we'll just go for that one. And if it was... there's one here that I remember being dead on. How do they not have a black version of this? Oh, what is that? You can't not have a black version. Whatever, we'll go for black and white. There we go. That'll do. So that's the question. Do we go for this one, or do we go for this one? Got like old lady, or kind of like pissed off Indian looking lady? Or, again, we could just go for the one that they want people to go for. I guess this one would actually be kind of fitting. Like, again, just looking at the two pictures side by side, this is 100%... I guarantee you that the expression from this one was meant to look like Cashra from Tio, and the other one was meant to look like Tartaros. It's just they didn't go for the exact colors. Yeah, I guess we'll go for that one, sure. Why not? Any accessories that would work here? Maybe she hung out with Tartaros so long she got his eye patch. Do we give it an eye patch? I don't know. Nah, whatever. We'll just leave that as that. There we go. Done deal. Alright, now where's that hat? How do we unlock the friggin' sorcerer, man? Anyway, that'll do for the time. For the time being, anyway. Should probably save it after all those ridiculous amounts of fights, and we'll go for the Highlands. 24 to 35, so that may not be ideal. But it's such a cool map. Oh, no. Oh, God, no. It's one of those things. This is gonna suck. Alright. I'm gonna bring her along, just to take care of that. If you're wondering why I'm wondering about that thing, in case you missed it in the past, and especially Mr. Vale, if you're still watching here, those little bubble things, basically when the bumble sturge here, when it's telling you, like, oh yeah, you don't want to let it escape, yeah, no, you don't want to let it escape. Somebody instantly dies if you let it escape. It's less than ideal. Maybe we're better off just holding back here. Alright, we can enrage it. No, we can't. Can we slow it? Yes. So you get 4 turns to catch them before they just run away. Gamblers are about the only ones that can actually effectively get a hold of them. And yeah, their B thing seems to have a range of whatever they feel like. Generally speaking, it's just a bit of a bad time. And especially when 80 and 90% can't seem to bother hitting ever. And I forgot to equip her items. On the plus side, though, she actually can just carry a dagger around the entire time, so we can just give her a knife. At all times. Rude. Alright, well, unlocking goes before she does. So then warp here, warp there. 50% weak to dark. So if she does her whole smacky thing, should be able to get rid of this guy. Next turn we should be able to get rid of the bumble thing. Maybe. That's really annoying. Okay, relatively harmless there. Any of those get rid of debuffs. Those buffs. Renew. Yeah, I think we're just gonna have to use a remedy here. Alright, gonna have to give it a normal attack. So adaptive evasion basically means whatever you hit it with, it'll become immune to next round. So, if it gets adaptive evasion to regular attacks now, then we should be able to hit it with a dark move next round. Also, that's not a hailstorm, that is an iceberg falling on everyone. Mystic Shield, wonderful. Heavy pot just to get her back in the fight here. Yeah, we really probably shouldn't have taken on this map. We really shouldn't have. I mean, Smelter Blue will be able to do some stuff here, but... especially the fact that there's a really high chance that we're just going to lose somebody pretty soon here. Alright, he's immune to lightning. Earth. Does next to nothing. Heal does a good thing. Alright, Rapturous to get everybody back into business. It's not a root move. Okay, that's fine. So, let's see if this is enough for an insta-kill on this. Because otherwise I'm pretty sure it's about to end somebody. Just barely. Very rude. Alright, 50% chance of Berserk. Didn't roll it. That would have been pretty near ideal. See, finally made an old, made work an old PC shmup. Some of these are made on an old RPG Maker software. Can't believe that. I'm pretty sure at least some of them are made on Game Maker. Alright. This one's in need of a pretty thorough heal here. Funny part is she's the one with like 400 plus defense here. Crap. Alright, we're one turn away from making that work. I basically wanted to use that defibrillator thing in order to go put that over on Smelter Blue, so that he automatically gets rebirth right now. But we're one turn away from making that happen. Magnus Firestorm. That sounds like a wizard. So she's going to shank his shield away. With any luck, the next one will be able to fly, or Kyrie will be able to fly up and just nuke him. He's going to go walk off his injuries. thinking if I go here, that might be a really good, good burst. Yeah, that could force him into healing. All everybody else needs to do for the moment is survive. Oof, jeez. Yeah, she had like 4 debuffs on her, that's why that did so much. Gosh. Dead. Dead? Dead. Right, that couldn't possibly be any less ideal. I mean, at least he's gone. Actually, she might be able to... Oh, son of a dick! That was that trap they put down in the first round. And she's gonna kill her now. Wonderful. At this point, I'm thinking I might as well just let her solo this map. Because, yeah, if I walk this one away, they keep chasing her around. There's 2 Raptures, that just keeps topping her off. Everyone will still get experience. It's worth doing. Let's see, do you often use keyboard to play games? Depends. Honestly, I prefer a controller. Always have. And then part of that is always because the stuff that I like to play is generally off of handhelds and or other strategy type things. Like, I think X Division's the only one that actually don't play with a controller, just because it technically doesn't have a control option. Oh, for God's sake! This is... Really, they're gonna roll like a 20% every time now to get Berserk or some crap. Right before her turn, every single time. I mean, I'm not complaining. She's still throwing out over 200s here, but... And she's gone too. Man. Why is this random fight so nasty? Probably because they're trying to stay alive or something. It makes sense. Did he say the bad words? Eh. Sometimes. So what's up? What's up there with that computer? Alright, he barely survived. I need that Berserk going, though. I mean, technically speaking, I guess, actually, we could try for the Chivalrous. Worst case scenario, he ends up just doing the same thing he's going to do this round, next round. Because, yeah, over on that side, they're just going to be berserking around, which is more or less what I wanted them to do anyway, so... But yeah, no, the one thing I need to happen here is for her to just run and hit things. So she's technically doing that, it's just they keep taking away control of that character right before my turn every single time now. Alright, bounce off the Mirage. And he's dead. Dead. Let's It's just a weird choice, to be honest. Annoying. Let's get my character back. Actually, now that I think about it, what bad words? Oh yeah, they're just gonna double turn, huh? Okay then, can I move yet? Must be a speed build or something. Let's see if the burst can reach everyone here. There's a finisher, not quite in the other direction though. This one might be able to reach both of them. Now we're just gonna finish that annoyance off. Yeah, they're gonna roll that berserk. And they're gonna miss their 90% again. Kinda wondering if I should just reset the game or something. Just turn it off and turn it back on again, because apparently the RNG has decided 90% means never. Yeah, no, they keep rolling berserk, so it's not gonna... This is basically a no-go, and I don't actually have any controls right now. Like, I can move some stuff around, but I don't actually have a turn to take. There we go, let's load it up then. Alright, and get back to it. Now, when was the last time I actually saved before all this? 65k... Oh, right. I still have 65k because I never actually went to the store. That'd be a good thing to do. So, first order of business... Now, you're already all good. Yeah, I feel like that's probably an okay choice. You're good. You could use something far, far better. Yeah, like one of those. Alright, flash cap, a little bit of power down there. What kind of casting caps you got here? Yeah, Blackhead's a flat upgrade. We'll just go for that. So increases range by 1. I wonder if you can actually dual wield those for double range bonuses. Can barely afford the Lorca Mentis. I feel like that's probably what we're gonna go with. More Scholar Robe. Yeah, we just barely have enough of that. Yeah, that wouldn't be a bad choice. Missed it. Keyboard is a bad word? I think he was referring to, oh, for God's sake. Because if you mention a religion thing, it's really bad or something. I don't know. But, I don't know. Not entirely sure what he was referencing there. Okay, can't go to Yates. What about this place? Somir already left. He left a note. Going to the mighty Gomguglob city, but first exploring the Great Desert. Okay. I sent side quest. I'm actually going to save, because I'm pretty sure that, you know, side quests are scary. Yeah, no, there we go. We got side quest. But it's dude guy. Now the question is, oh, does he join if you save him? That'd be pretty cool. Gonna want her. Smelter blue, because there's a ton of meat here. Spondragon feels like he should be really solid here. Do we maybe bring young Donalto instead of her? Yeah, because she should get Mender XP for him being here anyway. Right, because yeah, the bugs are probably going to try to go this way. They can get interrupted by a trap. Which, I mean, I'm fairly certain traps will still trigger if they're in the middle of an ability. Their class is Gentle Merchant. There doesn't look to be anything gentle about that guy. Let's see, Felseal, next expansion you can recruit and customize any monster you want. No, I want that Goth thing right now. I mean, I think you can recruit him in this one. I mean, you get the bug guy. As far as I can tell, there's only one bug, and he's got a hell of a lot of classes behind him, and we've already seen multiple versions of this. So I'm fairly certain, like, my bet right now is we're gonna save him in this one, he's gonna run off to one more side quest, and then once he gets to the home city, he's gonna be like, oh man, this was sure a waste of time. Well, I guess I'll go join those guys now. Let's go ahead and take the wormhole. They traveled into the wormhole. Just leave him right there. Yes! Okay, good. That does get interrupted. So, functionally speaking, we should have a pretty solid counter to all these guys. Shagohod? That guy is apparently the Shagohod. Oh! I wonder if that's what these bug guys are inspired by. These little Metal Gears. Like, maybe it was supposed to be a monster name just for them. Metal Gear! Exactly. Yeah, I know. Well, no, it's not. It can't be. It's Metal Gear with a stupid name that'll never catch on. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Alright, so we're gonna want to bait out that other one. Put him right there. Let's see, no, can't be an AC. You think Metal Gear fans are exaggerated? I think mostly they're just pissed off. I mean, it was a really fantastic series made with a ton of love up until, you know, freaking pachinko machines, so I don't really think it's exaggerated that much. It's just, it's rare you see games made with that much love. Shrink. You chug your drink, Mr. Man. And charge blindly into that whole group, I guess? The hell? I don't know what he's trying to do. See, no, I've never met one. I think I've seen all the fans under the one, How Not to Play from Darkside Phil. I don't know. I mean, again, it's one of those ones that's just clearly made with so much love, because there's so many mechanics in there, so many different, like, interesting things that they really didn't need to do, but they just did because they cared. I feel that's kind of the main thing that the Metal Gear does. Like, even the, like, hell, even the Game Boy Color one, is just astounding from how much is in there. The fact that there's like 3 New Game Plus mode, again, they basically took an entire Metal Gear game, shoved it into a friggin' Game Boy cartridge, and they're like, you know what? New Game Plus modes, side missions, like, here's all these challenge modes and everything. It's like, who's gonna play a stealth game on the friggin' GBC? You know, it's like, no, it's fine. We're fine. Don't worry about it. Like, we just felt that it needs to be done. Don't worry about it. I can build an army of wolf bats now? Yeah, I guess so. You guys ever played, I think it was Ghost Babel was the name of the Game Boy Color one? Let's see, from those people went cursing Vinesel's playthroughs, now there's some kind of weird, I've never actually met one. I don't know. Oh, hell no. No. Well, at least it's kind enough to give you a game over for that. Wait, what? That's not what I meant to do. Okay, so I know we definitely need to update some stuff for that. A Shago Hog. Right on. Kind of weird that you never saw the Shago Hog make a comeback. Last time I just did this fight wrong. Bleed stops are all well and good. She just needs to get right into the thick of it. But needs to stay within range of a gadgeteer. I feel like this guy's AI isn't amazing. So there we go. Boost her up a decent ways, and from there we should be scaling to a crazy degree. You know what? Yeah, the more I think about it, there's absolutely going to be a point in this where speedrunning it would just boil down to getting her her ability that scales her damage off of everything else, getting a Gadgeteer just getting an army of Gadgeteers, basically. Having them run in, die, boost her damage, and then just having Kiryu run up and burst, nuke everything. It's a little sad when Bizarro, the bug person, doesn't say things like, wow, that's bananas. Enjoy dinner there, Annihilator. Good luck with your annihilating. Alright. He doesn't have any free XP moves. Okay, that picture's a good one. You know what? I keep imagining the weird, awkward situation with the Olympics now because of that. It's like after all this stuff, Japan gets the Olympics, and who do they pick to be the Olympic mascot? But like DBZ there, you know. And then once all is said and done, because don't they get killed off by a disease in the show, and then like the second that they get to be picked for to be the picked for the mascot for the Olympics, just like worldwide plague hits. Just keep thinking like, man, some writer in the back's there like, oh man, guess what, everybody? I called the future, and that future is now. Oh, get out of here! What is this? Why will it not piss off with this 90% dodge stuff? What the hell is going on today? I know for a fact I did not walk under 15 black ladders on my way, you know, into the house today. Good lord. Can't be blinded. Gonna be sleeped. Decent chance of sleep. Alright. That'll work. As long as you can run around and disable them all over the place, we're good. A little bit frustrating that this wasn't as clean as I was hoping it would be. Because 90% can't hit today. I just always had this feeling in the back of my head that that any game that has RNG suddenly knows whenever you're looking something up, or whenever you're having a good day or something like that. It's like, no, this is unacceptable. This has to be screwed over right now. It's water locust against these guys. Yo, that'll do the trick. Well, he's not a problem anymore. Land shark. It's such a ripped land shark too. I thought that shark's been working out. He's ready to go on land. Wait, he's back from being asleep? What the hell? Resistance and barrier, not ideal. Could be worse. Right, if you could not kill that guy off, that'd be fantastic. Now, yeah, I don't know when he lost his debuff there, because I could have sworn he... No, it's the other one that's asleep. I'm just stupid. That's what it is. The dumb was discovered, and it was my face. Need Rico's Rough Rider stand on this map? We need his RNGesus to stop being in a bad mood today. Alright. Where's the other guy here? Is it this guy? Alright, so yeah, we're gonna get to do a whole bunch of moves here in a sec. Right. Alright, so he's gonna chug himself back to health, all well and good. Might go for the heal nuke anyway, just to get it out of the way. Feels like an okay time to set it up. That'll do 46, that'll do 55. It's kind of weird to figure out how what some of these tools would be good for. Because technically, yeah, this thing has a bunch of really high physical defense, but at the same time, it's still also somehow scaling damage some other way. So technically speaking, the Impaler that ignores defense would still be kind of worse than one of the other ones. Can also finish that one off, but we'll save that for somebody else. It's going to do Rapturous because everyone needs it. Are there any slices that might by any chance cause that guy to not exist anymore? Or for that matter, forget all of his crazy magic abilities, we have this rock. That'll sort out the jellyfish. It's not bad. Not ideal, but not bad. Let's see, rock, paper, scissors, or rock, paper, jellyfish is a pretty common game in the world of Felseal. Don't see why it wouldn't be, it's a fantastic game, really. I mean, rock beats jellyfish. Jellyfish just gets your paper all wet, and sloppy paper picks up rock, I guess. Nice little detail I just noticed, too. That whenever there's a situation that you don't necessarily have to warp, she won't actually warp. She'll just take a step backwards. Neat touch. I shot Olather. Okay, that sounds very, very D&D right there. So, let's see. I know that both me and Casper Van Dien appreciate you keeping the Starship Troopers references alive in our year of the Lord 2020, Evan. Yeah, need more psychics on this map. I wonder if I can trick my wife into watching Starship Troopers this weekend. This feels like a good idea. Think there's any kind of claim to be made that somehow Starship Troopers is the unsung sequel to Grey's Anatomy? He's an underrated actor who should be in more movies. Seems so. Wait, hang on. I just messed up all my windows here. What the hell's going on? Speaking like someone who hasn't seen him in Python? Was he? I don't really remember much stuff that he was in, now that I think about it, because was he in anything else? Hang on, let's check IMDb real quick. While finishing up this map. Let's see. Wait, he was in Monk? Wait, was he actually in Monk? What the hell? Never knew that. Sexiest soap star from People magazine. Apparently he did a bunch of soaps and then was on Monk. So yeah, go figure. He was in From Hell and Alita Battle. Oh. Yeah, I've heard good things about it. I actually haven't seen that one personally, but I've seen a decent bit about it. Yeah, I know. Go watch movies, stop talking about things. Can't help it, okay? We don't watch many movies around here. See, out of nowhere, it stops being about Billy Zabka and Will Wheaton and becomes Freddy Krueger and Johnny Rico arguing about evolutionary chimeras 50 minutes near the end. Alrighty then. Apparently missed out on a lot of stuff there. Nice crit heal. Apparently, it's the plot of Full Metal Alchemist. Which one? I can just horn him. 4% to dodge. Definitely gonna miss. No, it actually hit. How about that? Yeah, the defense says Berserk class has been unlocked. Neat. Human road's very dangerous. It's not a road, it's a desert, genius. Rainer over there is like, yep, that's definitely an open box. Alright, so we're definitely gonna have to save them again. Or no, we got an achievement for it, so who knows, maybe not. Just gonna go check out these maps real quick. Okay, more side quests happening. Apparently vampires and crap. Wait a minute, I couldn't actually turn anyone into a vampire, so maybe we actually have to do some side quests for it or something. And the squeaks are apparently up to something back there. Let's see. Now, Brotherhood, heavier emphasis on Chimera. Gotcha. Favorite part of FFT is when everyone gets reflect mail and start bouncing spells off each other to get them across the level to hit a red chocobo. Why wouldn't you? Now the question is, do we just like leave and come back here, or? We go to the guild, or? See, also wasn't from Hell, it was Sleepy Hollow. Yeah, according to IMDb, the same thing. Apparently, IMDb is saying that one. Come to think, but you know what? I think I know who he played on Monk. Don't remember the character's name right now, but You'd think I know. I used to watch that show every dang day. It's even like they didn't know what the word reflect meant, but actually accidentally created something even more fun. Those are the best kinds. Here, let's see if Fenfjord is where it is. Oh wait, there it is, there it is. That must be where we're going, Restful Stones. Alright, so first order of business, we need to go assign skills real quick. Alright, so now he's Mastered Knight. Funny part is he's master class that he can't actually get access to now. Welp. That's awkward. Funnily enough, you could do that with a lot of guests in FFT also. How suddenly everybody has mercenary abilities. Alright, he's opportunistic. So what's Berserk like? So we get Siege Ram, Shared Rage, counters any offensive action by inflicting Berserk. Yes. Absolute yes on that, because then if any Illusionist hits him, instant Berserk. War Shell, Defense and Thorns, that's alright. Yeah, I feel like I want him to be a Unicorn Berserk thing. And he gets some sweet tusks out of it. Alright, and that's everyone that's living at the moment. Back to work with me. Hope the vampire stuff isn't as terribly awkward as an OB64 unlock. We'll see. We'll see. Speaking of, we still definitely have to do more OB64 at some point. There's just never enough time for everything. There we go. Guarantee this will have to be the unlock thing. Also, pumpkin heads. How about that? Plague Doctor? Oh, did we unlock pumpkin heads from this? Nice. Witch Hunter, Werewolf Scoundrel, Vampire. What is this, like the... friggin' hidden class alley over here. What kind of levels are we looking at, though? 40s? Yeah, we're gonna want the 18. This is Halloween. This is Halloween. This is Halloween. 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 I was just saying yesterday that yeah, we have not watched that recently enough. Gotta watch that again. All right. Is that the only Bugman you can get so far? Yeah, I think he's the only one you can get. That's why I'm going after this Kawa guy here, because I'm fairly certain he's gonna also be the only one that we can get. Auto-tomize. I feel like... what do I want to go for here? Because this guy's going to be a massive problem, so I think him first. 50% resistance there. 10% for just doing bolt. Probably should have gotten a bit farther away. Just throw out barrier for the time being. And I think we'll have Donalto throw a mana onto Tartarus so that he can do one for all. Just beat Kingdom Hearts 1, so fresh in my head. Wait, they had a Halloween bit in that? First off, apologies on that, because I've never played Kingdom Hearts. I took one look at it and thought, man, this is... I don't know. I don't know what to feel about this buy. Yeah, I never knew they had a Nightmare Before Christmas thing going on there. Alright, Critical Rebirth, that's not great for that. Attack him, one for all. That's fine, we've got the heal nuke. Actually, yeah, I think we're just fine in general from that. Or maybe we will do the Rapturous. Just because that ended up taking a lot more health off everybody than I realized. Should be somewhat safe here, at least for one attack. Let's see, it was an interesting mashup, especially for the first game. Yeah, I remember hearing a lot of praise about the first one. I couldn't really make out what I was seeing when I was first looking at it. And then, honestly, never gave it a chance after that because of going back and somebody trying to explain all the plot that was going on there. Wait a minute, what? It worked as a counter, too? I guess because she was supposed to take a counterattack towards him or something? I have no idea what's going on here. Just need to be getting rid of stuff here is the thing. Maybe Wrathful will work on this guy. Uh, 176. It's worth going for anyway. And then if we throw a rock at him, that should probably also do the same thing. Or actually, if we do the electro-constrictor. What about the demolecularizer? Okay, not as good. Do the 50, finish off with the one for all. Alright, now, does it trigger cleave? Ah, crap. Okay, it doesn't trigger cleave. So that's what I wanted to see, if one for all could be combined with cleave to essentially give him infinite turns, but you know what? It was too good to work. There's no way that should have worked either. But I had to know. Alright, hang on. I'm gonna be right back. Okay, so back. Gotta say that was not what I was expecting to find outside. Went to go take the puppy out real quick, and there's a police barricade for some reason. There's like some cop cars barricading off part of the apartment complex. So that's a good sign. Yeah. I don't don't know what to make of that exactly. But anyway, I think what we're gonna do here. I want to see if Taunt, by any chance, combines with One for All. Yes. He can't do it again, for the time being anyway. But he can do a burst over here. It should help to clear out this little region a little bit. It's not amazing or anything, but it's something. That could be handy. So that'll give her about 50% attack boost, give or take, and haste. Moves her a couple turns up. Mass slow isn't good, though. I think what we might have to do is use up our heal nuke here and just revive him another way. Because if that slow hit anybody else, I can't actually tell at the moment. Yeah, it did. And I gotta say, I appreciate what they did here with the undead creatures, where you get actual zombified versions of those ones. Yeah, most of their sprite work is still the same, but it's just a cool touch. It always kind of bugged me that all that they were in TO was just slightly purple. This is the main one I gotta take out over here. Nice, you get blood cost. You can use blood cost with this. Yeah, this is definitely what I want to use. So yeah, Lich plus Sorcerer is definitely going to be something I want to go for. In fact... Yeah, Darkstorm here is going to be a Lich ability. So crap, I already have that. Offensive actions have a chance to inflict slow. So yeah, no. Yeah, Lich is exactly what I wanted then. Dang. Can I somehow take advantage of that? I think I might be able to take advantage of that over here. Oh, I just realized, how have I not used Boon on her, actually? We're just gonna do that. Oh no, I should have done it one tile over. Ah, dang it. That would have been the ideal there. Rick the Lich returns... Is that actually... Oh yeah, true, true, true. I don't know if that one thing over there is a lich, but yes, Rick the Lich absolutely returning as a lich. I don't know how to make that happen yet, but we'll get there. Alright, Master Renew can work for those two. Do you have Life Font? No. Yeah, I think he's just gonna heal and walk away. Might split their party if nothing else. Right, Chant over here. And 94 and 76, that'll do the job there. Finally, they get one of them down, then we can finally get a zombie out. Bad time to try to get Smelter Blue back, though. If we move over here, we should be able to hurt this with an AoE heal. Except it won't hit it because it's not 150%. I think it needs to be 150 or just above 100. Let's get zombies in here. There we go. Nice and de-aggroed. Oh. Oh, crap, okay. I don't know how that counts if Smelter Blue gets taken out as a zombie. That's good to know that, yeah, if Yates dies, there's still another reanimate class. I think the Lich is just everything I ever wanted in one of these games. That'll do fine. Another counter cripple. And Long March for help. You go over there. See what that randos take moves. Not sure what the point of that was, but he's gonna get his... Oh, he already has his shields up. Tartarus should be in position to take that one out, which should automatically give him another turn. So what I'm thinking, he runs up to the top there, takes out that bottom thing, takes out this one, done deal. Or even just attacks this one, then takes out the other one, then does something else. do. So he gets full extra turns, so instead he sprints over here. Then he moves again. Hopefully takes a kill snipe on this one. Yes. Oh, but that's not going to count because rebirth. Okay. Just renew on you then. Kind of sucks because I was hoping to set up that heal nuke. Not the direction I wanted them facing, but that'll work. That's alright. Tartaros should... No, he's out of range. Okie dokie. Wait a minute. Ignores protect status, can travel any distance, doesn't skip counters, gotcha. This should take care of this one. Wait, what? Hang on. Exhausted. Not be dispelled or shrunk by any means. Quicken ignores this counter deep. Okay. I don't understand. Because normal attack is 61, right? This does 2.8 times on him. Well, actually, I guess he has no mind, does he? Oh, whatever, he's just gonna full heal himself then. Zombies want to go fight each other, that's just fine. Alright, now can he anger someone? 100%, 100%, okay. More threatened by that guy. So now we've got a pissed off Lich. Go ahead and taunt that one too. I probably should have done that from a few tiles away. But that's fine. Now it's not going around skyjacking people. Alright. Now if we combine One for All with zombies... Because I'm thinking One for All plus Reanimate would essentially mean that they're going around smashing things and you're taking extra shots each one of those times. I'm thinking also, as good as the crossbow is, nah, I guess its extra range isn't really that much of a thing. There we go. That's one way to get past his defenses. And counter. Now, will counter work with one for all? Doesn't matter because he's dead anyway. Or her. She? There we go. I figured out how words work. Oh, by the way. This is not really related to anything here, but just reminded me because my foot. So, if anybody here, by any chance, has, like, ran into plantar fasciitis before, random thing, like, for some reason was having an issue figuring out what the hell to do about it. So, well, for that matter, I couldn't even figure out where it was coming from. But yeah, I was watching this random video the other day on foot injuries from runners and all that kind of thing. Yeah, very slight posture change actually seemed to sort out the problem really quickly, because my foot was hurting for weeks, and yeah, sure enough, as soon as I started just like shifting my weight back to the front of my feet, because I noticed that for the longest time I either was running with really flat shoes or you know, 5 fingers, or just running around barefoot or whatever else. So it never really occurred to me that when I switched over to kind of I guess you could say fluffier sneakers for work and all that. It never occurred to me that that might cause an issue because suddenly stance was different. But yeah, surprisingly made a difference. Also, apparently one for all gets countered. How about that? Alright, just attack you, and they take another shot. But just point being, if you end up having that issue with your foot, apparently it means that you're not used to using your heel with as much weight, and suddenly are doing it that way all of a sudden, so just shift your weight. I think we're just going to set up one for all again. I wish this had that counter ability from Mecha Story, which I want to say that came up as an ability earlier in this run, where you could essentially counter any heal that you came across. Not positive about that, though. I wonder if Boon will trigger. I think we already confirmed that Boon will trigger with One for All. Yeah, he's an evil pumpkin, but not that evil. Because he doesn't have any evil resistance. Defensive hit. We'll do next to nothing for some reason. We throw Rock. Or even Corrosion Bomb. Gets rid of his defense up, replaces it with a defense down, and he gets shot in the back. That'll do. Oh, never mind. He's gonna get that right up again. Worth a try. Actually didn't realize that he had total shield. Oh, it's so filthy, I love it. And more one for all. Oh, that was weird looking. So yeah, when they get shot at that angle from a crossbow, it kind of looks like it goes right in their eye socket. It's pretty brutal. And we're almost done with Side Quest Graveyard. It's like the second or third side quest that's happening here. Nonsense. At least that hit. Continuing on with the one for all. I actually haven't been seeing if he's been getting experience for every one of these shots. That'd be pretty nuts. In fact, in many ways, he's kind of the perfect build for this, too. He's basically going high health, ridiculously tanky, and just automatically gets a shot on everything on the map. There. And eventually... And he's got Rebirth. Wonderful. I feel like Rebirth counters, just counter evasions and stuff like that are going to be a pretty noticeable part of New Game Plus. Nice. Alright, this should finish him. Or at least it should be the first thing that finishes him. Now the question is, will... No, Rebirth should still trigger under these circumstances. It just keeps coming back to life. Man, it's one of them dang hard mode RE1 zombies. Not even the Crimson Heads. Like, yeah, sure they do that. But I don't know how many folks played the Director's Cut back in the day, but they had this kind of weirdly difficult range mode. And, whew. That mess was brutal. Like, every time you just... Pretty much everything short of blowing their head off, they would just immediately come back. I want to say they would stand back up like a good 3 or 4 times before they finally stayed down for good. Not been the best move for you, buddy. Okay. This thing has rebirth again. It's got rebirth, but she should be able to warp down there and finish it off if it's attacked now. Yeah, he's not going to trigger cleave off this, but that's fine. Bigger question, though, can she finish this one? Actually, yeah, she should go for that instead. And that'll do. That should be the fight pretty much won. All that's left are zombies now. Might even just be the one. No, it's definitely 2. Boo. Alright, whatever, just reanimate everybody. I guess one thing I'm curious about, though, is if you take out Smelter Blue at this point, can he be revived again? So, taking any bets. Will finishing off Smelter Blue here cause him to be revivable again? I think first order of business here, just lock him into place. I don't think the other 2 zombies can reach the other guy, so this should do the job all well and good. Boom. So ignoring the fact that Smelter Blue should be dead beyond dead for multiple reasons by this point, let's see if that works. No, he's still not revivable. Yeah, we'll bring back even more zombies, I suppose. So, Holy Bolt there, they die, they come back to life again. Oh, now that I think about it, kind of wondering with One for All. So if they die, and he's going to get a rebirth off that. If they die, come back to life, and then there's a One for All active, I wonder if that'll actually take him out at that point. Alright, the Spellatron, just get rid of that. Not rebirthed anymore. And it's dead, and we're done here. And more warping boots, more essences. New headgear unlocked, so yeah, that'll be the pumpkin head. New portrait has been unlocked. So yeah, that was just for the pumpkin. Huh. Seems like a lot for just a pumpkin. I mean, don't get me wrong, it's awesome. Just weird that all that was for a pumpkin. And no technical injuries off that. Alright. Like mass haste is probably the better option between those two. And Spendringen has One for All now. He could take over. Let's see here. Ranger moves, he's not using too much. He's mostly using it for the bow. So if he switches over to Peddler, I think that still gives him crossbow. He can probably get some kind of faster crossbow or something along those lines. Go Peddler Knight. Or Knight Peddler for that. No, it would have to be Peddler Knight. Let's see what that looks like real quick. And has a potential to do... Oh, but that's only 5 range. Still, 37% chance to crit with every shot. I feel like we can do better. I do like that this game actually does make you think at the very end here. Okay, range 5... It's really not that much of a bonus, and potential Berserk on everybody would be insanely good. Anything else that boosts speed here? Alright, Lorica Mentis... Or Scholar Robe. Yeah, that'll be better. Now here's the question though, is Affinity better, or is just straight up stats better? And on top of that, I think it's probably about time that yeah, he gets an actually usable weapon. A few points off, or a few things shy of being able to pick up the enhancer for him. Unless we want to put the tooth on him. Mostly was thinking enhancer, well, would that even be a good idea? Because he, on very rare occasions, gets Righteous Blade on there. And that would be Mind, so yeah, that would be a pretty significant boost to that, even if it is kind of rare. I feel like what I should do with him... I was going to say if there's any way to give him ranged weapons, which I'd have to switch him over to what Lance is currently doing, and then pick up Cleave. Because I'm thinking... Not Cleave, but Equip All, and then Equip All plus a Knight/Templar build. Would essentially mean you could have him on permanent revive, sitting just kind of in the middle there, heal nuking when needed, and then just using one for all the rest of the time. Then you just give him a really long range bow. For now, I feel like this is probably the better choice. He almost never attacks, but when he does, it would be good to have one of those on hand. Shared Rage, definitely very good there. As good as Critical Quick is, so far it hasn't been super amazing. Alright, so Scoundrel Alchemistic. I think she's kind of trained as that. Still needs Scoundrel 6. Alright, so first off, now that it's saved, let's see if we can actually make it over here without triggering the fight. Okay, no, it just automatically gets triggered. Well, at the very least, let's try, I guess. I mean, it looks slightly more ruined. Okay, there we go. That looks more ruined. But they got rid of that little tiny... Oh, hello. And dead in like 3 seconds, probably. Yeah, who thought the Maw thing is apparently one of the legendary dogs. The hell? Well, he was a good guy for about 5 seconds. Disappointing part here, he didn't throw his hat on the ground. Gotta do the dance. Oh, hang on just one quick sec here. Alright, and back. That was weird. The cop barricade left. Alright. Let's see, who else we want here? I'm thinking like Donalto would not be a bad idea here. Knight/Lord. Oh wow, they're actually using those classes. Interesting, okay. Yeah, definitely, you know what? Definite props to them for actually going full bore with this. The AI is actually legit trying to do their best. But either way, it's a 6-on-6. Got a mass healer. We need a reviver, so yeah, she's gonna be out for this one. we're gonna have Orson in here. So gotta remember to go pick up that thing on the bottom. Might even be worth doing that from the first round. Alright, so we got range attacks. Probably Mana Stone on you. That's actually not going to be for next turn. You might be thinking setting up for a one for all right now. I'm not quite yet. So I'm going to scout this round because of that Mana Stone. Well, A, we're going to figure out where the trap is, and B, we're going to put him back here. I don't want to advance anywhere. Gadgeteer is going to boost her. They're going to come close. And then we'll be all good. Alright. Just defense on you. They can get all close. Yeah, I just love that they're actually using those abilities. I thought that was going to be player only. Alright, Infuser on you. Alright, Bold Chant on him. And so what I'm hoping is that they'll all start approaching one person at a time. However many buffs they throw out. Just gonna have to deal with a gunner for now. Like, especially if they seem to be advancing with the tank there. Oh, that is nasty! You filthy, filthy bug. Okay, yeah, we'll do one for all later. For now, I want to get rid of this bug. Pick this up before I forget. Cursed Shield. They did do it. Oh, I hope that's what I think it is. Because if we're talking about dropping a fancy shield in your starting dock map, it's about as KOL as it gets. He's gonna take a shot, isn't he? Oh, that sucks. And he crits for 1. That's a good sign. Demoralizer's probably a solid choice here. Get Smelter Blue. Ouch. Now we're gonna do the heal nuke. And we're gonna put him up there. He might take an injury. Not the end of the world if he does. He's gonna go wreck some butts, though. Oh. God dang, when they start focusing on somebody at this point in the game, it's just brutal. Can I move yet, or what the hell? What is taking so long here? Alright. Yeah, pretty sure this one's a complete write-off. Yeah, this is definitely not the fight I want to be doing right now. Also, it's almost certainly not the actual last fight at all. Yeah, wow, that just piss off for damage. Alright, well, at the very least we can find out... that'll get rid of haste. Everything else. I don't think that gets rid of their stance, does it? Because it's just buffs. It's especially nasty how they program it to just go hide in the water. Freaking snorkel caster. Yeah, this is definitely a TPK already. Or at least looking very likely to be one. Whew, wow. I mean, I'm sure they'll be back, but still. Actually, I'm a little bit surprised sneak attack's even allowed to hit from the front. it's those rally howls that are making this such a pain. Even getting outturned by their tank. You know what, maybe there's a chance here after all. Even if they are putting traps everywhere. So friggin' many buffs. Although... also, she should hit like a truck now. I should definitely go out of my way to get adaptability on her, actually. Why haven't I done that already? Everybody's hasted. And now she's slowed. I mean, the numbers are there to still make it happen. He's gonna keep throwing out traps. That's whatever, really. It's just getting double turned by everything that's annoying. Kind of bugs me, though, because that's one thing I was really praising this game for a lot. Is the fact that you didn't run into double turns as often. And now it's just like double turns constantly. Alright, do the burst. Oh, for crap's sake, man. And rooted. Alright, and more Rally Howl. And getting double turn some more. Yeah, alright. So, lesson learned, we cannot step over that particular tile. Good to know. See what we can make craftable ones. Okay. Orbiter shield ain't bad. Deadliest of swords, huh? Ooh, and it gives you permanent strength up? Oh. Okay, yeah, we're definitely making that. at some point we did get an adamant, so those are definitely around. Actually, we must have gotten a meteorite at some point too, because it's definitely around as well. Yeah, I'll just make a shield. Okay, and all items are maxed out. Or at least will be maxed out. Okay, need whatever a dormant crystal is. 40% health on these. Need more distilled water. How have we not gotten more distilled water yet? Okay. For one thing, what do we need to make our Reaver? Templar and Scoundrel. Huh. Alright, we only need Scoundrel 4. So we do Templar. Looks like they only need one more of those. Scoundrel-wise, they're at 3, so yeah, they only need one more of those as well. So if we put them into one fight as Templar, let's replace all this chivalry stuff with ancient power. Keep all the rest of it. I'm thinking maybe... Oh, how have I not been using this? Damage from offensive abilities increased by 45% when damage is at 50% health or lower. Alright, so she goes in here for sure. Need Soft Paw. Need Kia, Yumel, Kashwa, and I guess... So we can have Sven in here. Or Anodine, so that she actually gets to have a chance every now and then. Gets a chance to do something. I haven't been using them for so long. So, on a bit of a side note here, for anyone that's still around from the TO side of things, so recently was rerouting some of that whole level 1 run, because while the numbers are theoretically possible in a lot of the ways that I had it set up before, was noticing an issue where, well, essentially switching routes entirely would have made the entire run a lot more, well, a lot more workable in many ways. Now, the kind of awkward part that came out of that, though, is because there's actually one spot at the very beginning that's almost dang near impossible to get through under those circumstances. Because part of the way that that run's supposed to come together is because there's just enough options with certain skills that are available to be able to make it all the way through to the end, pretty much. Pick up some certain pieces of equipment, which should allow for actually just one-shotting the boss. Like, it literally goes from doing no damage to just one-shotting the guy. And would potentially do even better if there was one particular skill that was available at any time other than Coda 3. Not even kidding. Getting Demonology is what I was hoping to route that on. Because I was thinking, okay, you know, surely with all of these characters with, like, Nibith backgrounds and things like that, somebody definitely must have Demonology on them. Nope. Or Umbrology, whatever. But either way, you know what I mean. The being racist against demon skill. Yeah, nobody has it. The only character that actually has it in the entire game, for recruitment-wise, is Warren. And obviously you can't exactly get him at any early point in the game. Like, you might think, like, oh yeah, maybe Cressida or something. She's quite literally, you know, his friggin' daughter and all that. Well, actually, no, I guess he isn't. He's more her apprentice. His actual daughter doesn't have it either. It's so weird. It's just so weird how difficult it is to get a hold of. Is that, I kid you not, that would shave off a good half of the level 1 run. Because just the fact that that skill is unattainable makes it required to go through Palace of the Dead. Looking forward to starting that one. Who knows, quarantine might actually end by the time it's finished. Oh yeah, right. She's a crit healer. Nice. Alright, come on, let's get this wrapped up. Go. That'll be the end right there. This guy's weak to fire. Oh, whatever, that'll do the job. Maybe just overall casting power is actually stronger for him. Because they do have to switch elements quite a bit. Plus it makes him absorb it, so it gives him a gives him a healing option. Alright, so now she's 5 Templar. Still needs Scoundrel.